That's Ethan Packer giving me some track support. Lord knows I need it. Welcome to Portland International Raceway, June 17th and 18th, our 5th and 6th races of the 2023 Pro3 season. We set up in the South Paddock because the infield's being prepped for next week's televised Formula E race. Looks like they're building a city in there. The track is dry for Saturday's qualifying. The rest of the weekend, it's wet. Scott Eckert takes pole, and the top 5 are all in the 128s, Hurley, Peters, Lowell, and Byers. After Michelle and McCaffrey DNS, I'm 16th of 21. That's Norman Salmon in Dan Rogers' old tic-tac car. Yep, I've still got it. Maybe that's why I now have a two-man crew. Ethan and our Pro3 documentary producer Adam Heiser. Bonus, Ethan replaces my oil temp gauge, and Adam fixes my truck's brake controller. Saturday's race, it's pouring, and with no crew, I'm the only one on slicks. Good call, Jim. How wet is it? Ask Corey. But it hardly slows down Chuck, Brian, and Kyle. And Corey quickly regains his composure. At least I passed newcomer Jake Borelli. Could have used those rain tires. Even the top guys, like Isaiah Dummer, get a bit wobbly. There's Jake again. Then I get lapped by Chuck Hurley and Corey Peters, and finished 12th of 15 thanks to 3 DNFs and a DNS. Sunday's race, it's still pouring with standing water everywhere, and workers like Julie Reel have been out there the whole time. Visibility is marginal, to say the least. You can barely see the start tower, let alone the flag. I do get by John Houlihan. Trying to keep it on track, I missed the waving black flag, off left in the mist, against the dark trees. Missed it next time, too, off on the right. So did 10 of the other 12 Pro3 drivers. Only Matt Lowell and the 2 guys out front who weren't buried in spray saw the flags the first time around. I finally see it at start-finish against the lighter sky. The reason for the black flag? Lightning strikes near the track, and they had to get the workers out of the metal towers to the safety of their nearby cars. Meanwhile, we drivers spent nearly 2 hours in our cars. Steward Dave Dutton explains that after the restart, we'll have 15 minutes of racing, including the pace lap. So what does the starter do? Waves us around for another start. 12 minutes left now. Finally, we're off, though we still can't see. Top 5, Eckert, Hurley, Dummer, Peters, and Bercovitz. With Houlihan's DNF, I'm DFL. Thank God it's over. But it's not over. As we try to load our rain-drenched gear, the steward comes around and gives all 10 Pro3 drivers $100 fines and a 1-lap penalty the next race. It was my worst race weekend in 14 years. Soaked and miserable the whole way home, I thought seriously about selling my car and calling it quits. Thankfully, my wife Linda talked me out of it. God, I love her. Next up, the historics.